Join me as I take this lampshade to this one. I thrifted this $14 lamp and I knew I was going to need to update the shade, but I had no idea the endeavor I was about to embark on. I started by taking the old fabric off, but my goodness, was it glued the heck on. I really wanted to use this striped fabric, but I didn't take into account that stripes are straight and the lampshade is tapered, making it really difficult to get stripes going all the same way. I went ahead and cut the fabric anyways in case I could outsmart mathematical patterns, but alas, I could not. It was here I started thinking about pleats, so I started cutting strips and folding them, and here is where our star was born. I scanned a brief tutorial on pleating a tapered lampshade and per usual had the wild confidence that I could tackle this no problem. I started cutting some strips and ironing the raw edges inward. The first one I made was way too small, so I made sure the rest of the ones I cut were much thicker. I went ahead and cut them all and ironed all the edges in before I started attaching them to the shade. The amount of times I burned myself with the steam is honestly embarrassing, but I got through all of them and was finally able to start assembling the shade. This process of attaching all the strips was honestly so much easier than I thought. With a tapered land shape, you just want to make sure you're overlapping the top more than the bottom, which I didn't start off with, but was able to pivot a few pieces in, and you can hardly tell. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this account, it's a spark of inspiration to go after the things you want to do, whatever those may be. My favorite creators ignite a sense of creativity in me, and it would truly be an honor if I could do the same for you, even in a small capacity. I'm a mom to two little girls. I worked full time in Boston, and for a really long time, I told myself I just didn't have time. I'd add things to my to do list over and over, and they'd stay there untouched because life felt too full, too fast. But I've learned that the time is never just there waiting for us. You have to carve it out, even if it's messy. Most of the things I make happen late at night after bedtime or in those quiet weekend nap time windows, and it's not always easy, but it fills me up. This is something I had literally never attempted to do, but I want my daughters to know that nothing is outside of their wheelhouse, and I know that starts with me. So I jumped right in, feet first, and honestly, the finished project is littered with flaws, but I learned so much, and I would and will try this again. So if you're waiting for the perfect moment, I promise it doesn't have to be perfect, just start, even if it's small. There is so much craziness happening in the world right now that sometimes it's easier to take a step in and fill your cup with things that make you feel good, even if it's not the most productive thing. At the end of the day, you may not have tackled the laundry, but you did figure out how to transform a busted old lampshade into a cool pleated one, and sometimes a win is a win.